Alright, so today on the bench we have a Squier Precision, call it a PJ bass, right? Because it's got precision pickup and a jazz pickup. So volume for each and a master tone. Standard bridge. Not sure what this wood is. I think it's laurel, they're calling it now, on the fretboard. Oh, we still have a hang tag. So this is a 2020 bass and it's brand new. The client bought it about 2 months ago. Hasn't used it really and just wants it to be set up. So there we go, Squier Precision Affinity. And if we look at the back, it's got a nice satin maple neck. Good looking bass. I like these a lot. I'm a huge fan of the PJ style precision basses. Also when they use the jazz neck, so you have a 38mm nut width here. I find it really comfortable to play. So like I said, the client just wants a basic setup. The strings are new, everything's new about it, so let's just see how it how it's set up when he got it, and if we can make it any better. Alright, well we'll start by making sure that the pickups and the electronics work. So I'll plug that in, turn on the amp. Well, there's some noise coming out. No static noise or anything here, which is good. Let's check the pickups. So I think these are both on now. Whoa. Yep. Let's turn the bridge pickup down. Yeah. And then the tone, right? Okay, that all seems to be working. If I look at the bridge saddles, there's some good height under there to lower them. Everything seems to be good. There's intonation, so we'll see how good that is. Alright, get the hang tag off. So it's got some codes on it. A little inspection matrix here. That's kind of neat. What do they have? Assembly. You can see that. Setup, finish, electrical, and final. So it looks like Rio did the finish and the final. And some other people did the other parts. So that's kind of cool to have. Keep that for the client. So let's check the neck relief. And we do that by putting a capo on the first fret. And then we're going to press down at the body where the neck meets the body. So in this case it's around the 17th fret here. Here, let's move that a bit. There we go. Right there. And I like to see 12 thousandths at the 7th fret right here. So we'll push down and get that feeler gauge. Yeah, it's sort of barely just scraping. You should hear that. Excuse me. If we try the 10, yeah, it's not really touching. So that's not bad, the neck relief. I think we're going to leave it like that for the moment. Let's check the string height too while we're here. So on Fender basses, the Fender spec is 6/64 at the 17th fret. I like to see 5. Anywhere in between 5 and 6 is good, but 5 is nice. So when I put my gauge down on the frets flat, you can hear, right, there's spacing. So it's definitely higher than 5. We'll flip it around and use the 6 now. There's less space. That's pretty good. That's less than 6 here. It's right on 6. So this is set up pretty much to factory spec the way it is now. So that's pretty good. Alright, so now we'll check the pickups. Now I've got my gauge, so 1/8 I like to use on the bass side, 3/32s, 3/32 on the treble side. Again, push down on the last fret. Yep, can't get anything under there, just barely getting under there, so I think we'll want to drop those down. Same thing here, these pickups, that's not too bad. Have to come down a little bit. So overall the pickups need to drop down a little bit. So the last thing I want to check is the action here at the first fret. It's called the nut action. So 22 thousandths between the top of the fret and the underside of the string is very good. And you can hear I'm just getting under there. Another way to test it is if you put your feeler gauge down on the fret and then press the string, see there's no bounce. Very little. So I'm going to call that good. Alright, so what I want to do here is drop the string action at the 17th fret down to 5/64 for all 4 strings, get them even. So I'm going to use a 1.5 millimeter hex driver here. Always make sure to match the right hex driver there, you don't want to strip things out. Alright, so I'm going to get my gauge. I'm going to put 5 underneath the string, and because we're going down, we're lowering the strings. I don't need to release the tension on the string, like detune it. So keep doing that until I don't hear it bounce anymore. Getting there. There we go. Now we'll do that here on the D string. Of course, you want to make sure your saddles are even. You don't want them all wonky. That's pretty good. Oh, I might raise that a little bit. Nice. Same thing here. On the A string. Just small increments. There we go. And now we finish up with the E. That one was probably the highest. That was probably set around 6. Alright, so I'm scraping underneath. So you know what, that D string is a little low. Come up a bit. Another way is if you strum it, you can hear it, right? Bottom out on it. So you know that you're touching it. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to tune that up. and see where we are. Okay, we've got the string action set at 5/64. Now we're going to check the intonation. So, open string tune, do the harmonic, and then the fretted note. So it looks a little flat here, right? So I'm going to sharpen that up. It's nice. Pretty good. Maybe a little bit flat, right? So let's try the D. And a little bit flat. Tune that A up. See the difference between the open and the harmonic too. The A is maybe a touch sharp. It's not bad. Definitely we're sharp on the E, which is pretty common. So intonation is relative too, right? So you're trying to get it as close as possible. It's never going to be perfect. There's a lot of factors that determine whether a guitar will be intonated, will stay intonated well. You know, one is how it's manufactured. If the frets are cut and the slots are exactly mathematically correct where they're supposed to be. Of course, you know, the nut, the construction of the neck, the type of strings you use, how the saddles are positioned, all of that, right? So it's relative. You're trying to get it as close as you can. So I'll go back and I'll play with the saddles a little bit and then we'll check it again. So that's as intonated as this will be. Now I'd probably recommend to the client to change these strings shortly. They're factory strings. I don't know what they are. They don't feel very good. And generally that's a big cause of your guitar going out of tune. Crappy tuning machines and crappy strings equals tuning issues. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now we have the pickup height adjustment. So if we remember, our bass side we're too high at 1/8. So let's see if we can get those in. Gonna move. Oh yeah, it's moving. Also means that the inside is too high as well. Right, because we have that split. So we're going to drop that down as well. Almost there, a little bit more. It's pretty good. Let's see what we got over here. It's pretty good too. Just a smidge more. Alright. Now let's go over to the jazz pickup here at the back. It's moving. It's nice. Let's do this side. Yeah. Same thing, right? Let's bring that down. That's good. And on the D string, it's nice too. And the jazz pickup here at the bridge, bring that down. That might be too much. Come back up again. That's better. Good. Alright, pickup height is set. So I'll do a quick check of the frets here, see if there's any buzzing. So we've lowered the strings down to 5. That was me. And you don't have to press down like a crazy man, but just, you know, the way you would play. You can check this in the playing position as well. Generally, I find if you're going to have any buzzing issue, it's going to be when you check it when it's flat on the bench like this, not when you're in the playing position. Theoretically, you would put more pressure down on the neck here, right, than you would when it's on its side. But, to be honest, I really haven't noticed a difference. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's me again. Alright, well, I don't hear any buzzing, that's good. We'll do a little sound test and make sure, but for now everything looks pretty good. Alright, well thanks for watching, and here it is. Looks good. Great beginner bass. Sounds good not plugged in. Let's try it plugged in. Nice. Alright, thanks for watching.